Hello fans for Real Joe Yang, Theories here, and welcome back to my further, more in-depth review segment of Doctor Who Flux. Whatever just happened, Halloween Apocalypse Episode 1. I personally, and I said this in my initial reaction, thought it was better. I thought the scale was bigger, which was one of my main criticisms. I thought it did have a lot going on, but they do have 5 episodes to follow up on these things, so my hope is that everything set up gets satisfying conclusions. But yeah, I thought the CG shots were wonderful. Like, genuinely, I think this is the best looking Doctor Who episode we've had in quite some time, which is quite an achievement. I would also say as well, I quite like Dan. I like how he's sort of a down on his luck guy. I liked that they were setting up a rivalry with Yaz. Again, not perfect, a bit too much expositional dialogue, but overall, I thought it was better. That's my opinion. But let's get further in depth and talk about the characters. So starting off with Jodie Whittaker's Doctor, she was relatively the same in this one. I did think there was a bit too much exposition there, but what I will say was it was really nice to have an episode where the Doctor didn't know all the answers and there was quite a mystery building as to what things were, what was going on, all that good stuff. I thought that, yeah, she's largely the same in her performance, but I liked the level of, yeah, I don't know what's going on here. I liked that. Next, talking about the companions, I believe this episode did something I've been begging them to do for a long time. It had the Doctor and the companions in a bit of conflict. In the very first scene of the episode, we see them hanging from that planet thing, and Yaz sort of rightfully calls out, yeah, you've screwed us over here, which is something I really appreciated. I felt there's not been enough of the companions calling out the Doctor, so to see that was really refreshing. I also felt that that's something that I think is going to carry on across the series. I also quite like, obviously John Bishop, as I said, was really good, I thought. I like that they're setting up a little rivalry between them with obviously Sheffield and Liverpool, that sort of dichotomy. That was quite fun. Yeah, I thought that the companions in this, again, like most things in this episode, I thought it was a step up. Talking about, I guess, the plot of this episode, so essentially the Flux is this sort of alien force that sucks up everything in its path. There's so much to dissect here, honestly, but intermittently we got sort of shots of the Swarm, and in one scene they're interacting with the Division, and it's basically revealed that the Swarm has a past with the Doctor in the Division, so I assume that'll be expanded on throughout the series. We also obviously got Sontarans and Weeping Angels, as some people suggested. They weren't in huge roles, but they were definitely there. I think this episode gave me a very Pandorica Opens vibe with all the aliens coming to basically take advantage of this universal event, or like with Time of the Doctor and the Doctor's Name as well. It kind of gave me very Stephen Moffat vibes, which I quite liked. I mean, in case you couldn't already tell. In terms of side characters in this, we obviously, of course, got introduced to Dan's girlfriend, or what I assume is her girlfriend. She was quite good. We also got introduced to Vinda in this episode, who's like a, I guess, analyst of like the world and like the universe, and he checks if anything's going wrong, and obviously this is the one day where everything goes wrong for him. So I thought he was solid in this. Yeah, I just overall really thought that this was an improvement. Not perfect, still issues, still things that I wish were, you know, perhaps ironed out a little bit, but definitely better. I liked the new Sontaran design a lot. I think seeing it in movement, I think, dissuaded any sort of doubts I had that this was the best Sontaran design yet. Yeah, I thought this was better. I never thought I'd say those words, and I know that Jay thinks it's mediocre, which we'll probably debate at some point. I thought this was better, not perfect, but better. But let me know what you guys thought about Doctor Who Flux in the description below. Also, I guess it's important to point out, the Division, I love that they're playing a more vital role in this. I quite liked that fact. And I also called it as soon as I saw their guns, because it looked almost identical to Ruth's gun as well. So yeah, solid start. I hope things get wrapped up. I hope things get resolved. I honestly as well thought the musical score felt a bit more epic and a bit more high scale, which I really appreciated given the story. I like as well, with the TARDIS, when the TARDIS is going all haywire and all over the place. I thought that created some really fun visuals. But yeah, that's all I've got to say. Thank you for watching, and I will see you later.